Is everyone ready? Chief Murphy, Paul, Baton Rouge Police Department. Today we wanted to call together a press conference to discuss and announce an update in the investigation involving the homicide of Nevaeh Allen. You know, over the last several days, when we first received a call, it was our highest priority to bring Nevaeh home. And it saddens me to have to stand here with our partners and hold a press conference to discuss the fact that this beautiful, innocent angel is no longer with us. For those of you in the media and everyone who's watching us now, please remember that there is a grieving family, loved ones, and a community that's mourning the loss of a baby. I'll first begin with a timeline on our investigative efforts. On September 24th, at approximately 1600 hours, Baton Rouge Police Department uniform officers were dispatched to the 12,000 block of West LaBelle Avenue in reference to a missing juvenile, a 2-year-old later determined to be Nevaeh Allen. The boyfriend of Nevaeh's mother, identified as Philip Garner, initially reported that when he awoke from a nap that he discovered that the 2-year-old Nevaeh Allen was missing. Her mother, Laniah B. Cardwell, was reportedly at work when this incident occurred. An extensive investigation into the matter and search of Nevaeh was then conducted. That included multiple local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies in Louisiana and in Mississippi. The investigative divisions included all of our districts here at the Baton Rouge Police Department, our Uniform Patrol Division, our Air Support, our K-9, our Real-Time Crime Center, our Missing Persons and Special Victims Unit, our Crime Scene, our Homicide Division, EBR Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the FBI, New Orleans and Baton Rouge field offices, Angola Prison, Bloodhounds, Baton Rouge Fire Department, Baton Rouge EMS, Louisiana State Police, the Mississippi Hancock County Sheriff's Office, Mississippi Hancock Coroner's Office, as well as the EBR Coroner's Office, as well as the JCORD, which is the Joint Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, which is headed by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. I want to highlight a few specific names. One, our Louisiana State Police Fusion Center, an investigative and analytical support that they provided when this investigation first began, with analysts in the East Baton Rouge Real-Time Crime Center that was providing analytical support and investigative efforts, along with the efforts of our missing persons unit, specifically Chad Montgomery and Jonathan Medine, and our detective, Jeff Anders. I want to highlight our EBR Real-Time Crime Center analysts, specifically Cindy Carmack, who's assigned to the State Police Fusion Center, and Corporal Tanya Edlin, because their investigative efforts were critical in the early stages of the investigation to determine leads, which led to the recovery. On September 26, 2021, the in-depth multi-agency investigation led to the recovery of Nevaeh's body in a wooded area in Hancock County, Mississippi. Subsequently, an autopsy was conducted, and it was determined the cause of death was homicide. On September 25th, Philip Garner, the boyfriend of Nevaeh's mother, was arrested for his part in disposing of Nevaeh's deceased body and bringing it across state lines into Mississippi, and he was charged with unlawful disposal of human remains and obstruction of justice. To date, Baton Rouge Police Department detectives arrested Lanaya Brittany Cardwell, the mother of Nevaeh, and she was charged with second-degree murder. You know, as a law enforcement agency, the safety of our citizens is of the utmost importance. And this is especially true for our children. You know, as a parent, the well-being of my children is sacred. And I'm sure the same is true for everybody who's watching, those who are standing around me today, parents, guardians who are watching this press conference. I would like to offer my personal condolences to all those who love this little angel, to her father, the grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, family members, and other loved ones. We are lifting you up in prayer during this difficult time. Words cannot convey the amount of sympathy that we have for you. I want to acknowledge that this is still an ongoing investigation. Our detectives are still conducting investigations, this investigation, as we are holding this press conference. And I really want to just highlight the efforts of our partners here who've investigative efforts and are working with the district attorney's office, which allowed us to make these arrests. We still have a long way to go as it relates to investigations. We wanted to inform the public on this new update in the investigation. Any questions?
Chief Paul, on Friday afternoon at that apartment complex, Ms. Cardwell spoke to several of us in the media and said the last time she saw her daughter was around 8:15 after taking her to a corner store. She was dropped off at work. That was the last she heard. That story that she told us with tears in her eyes and said it several times, was that false?
I don't know exactly what she told you. I can tell you that our detectives conducted an investigation, believe we have probable cause. A warrant was obtained before a judge of the 19 JDC, and she was arrested today.
Chief Paul, did you guys get a tip or something letting you know that the baby's body was in Hancock County, Mississippi, or what led you to that area?
The investigative efforts of our police officers, the analysts and detectives assigned to the Real-Time Crime Center, and through coordination with the Louisiana State Police Fusion Center.
Has it been determined yet how exactly baby Nevaeh passed?
The coroner's office is still conducting further tests to determine. It was ruled a homicide. I believe that the coroner put out a press release on that, but there is still further investigation going on at the coroner's office.
I guess going back to my original question, she tells us the last time she saw that baby before she went to work alive, early in the morning, Friday. The mom saying that. Was that true? And then throughout this investigation, did y'all realize the mother, Ms. Cardwell, was involved through comments made by Mr. Gardner?
I am not going to give any specifics as to the details of our investigative efforts. As I stated earlier, this is an ongoing investigation. We have developed probable cause. We have presented those findings to a judge who signed that warrant, and she was taken into custody today.
Can you tell us at what point did the mom did become a suspect?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell us at what point did the mom did become a suspect?
Well, I don't know exactly at what point, but I do know that our investigators were working together with our partners from the beginning to find out the truth. Last question.
Clearly, keep going on with probable cause. You mentioned the story that was told throughout the weekend of kids coming home from school, door being wide open at that apartment, Nevaeh not being there, mom having been at work. Is that true?
Well, we're not going to go to everything that was told because I'm not sure what was told to you specifically. I do know that our investigators from the first police officer on the scene, the investigative effort started, and we're still conducting investigation as we speak. Go ahead.
And can you tell us the probable cause that you did present to the judge that led up to this point?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell us the probable cause that you did present to the judge that got us to this point?
All of that is outlined in public record, and you'll be able to get a copy of that once she's been booked accordingly, and that will be made available to the media.
All right, thank y'all. Y'all stand by.